there, I got your question about Chase and his attendance and how that works. So I thought I would make this video just to kind of show you around a little bit so you can better understand the process. So Chase's weekly lesson requirement is 8. So he has to do 8 lessons every week. So I looked up his attendance for the last 3 weeks that we've had school. The first week he did 5 lessons. The second week he did 2 lessons. And then this week he did 9. So that is good and on track for this week. But the other weeks he was not doing enough lessons. And so usually the biggest problem for students is they don't understand what it means to complete a lesson. And so I have a short little video that was linked in that email that I sent you in the weekly attendance email. It's linked there every week. That tells you just the difference between a lesson and an assignment, but I will go into one of his classes here and show you as well. So that you can understand what it means to complete a whole lesson, not just an assignment. Okay, so if we just go into, let's just pick Algebra 2A. So if you go into his grade book, this is where you can see what he completed during each week, because in the grade book, it will tell you, I'm just going to change the view a little bit here. It'll tell you what day that thing was due and when he submitted it. And so if you're looking at things that he submitted this week started on September 5th. So if I want to look for this week, I would look for anything that he submitted on September 5th or later. So that means things down here. So here's a bunch of stuff that he submitted this week. So that's one way to look, is you go into the gradebook and you can see what he submitted. Now you can see he submitted a lot of things here. That doesn't mean these are each a lesson. A lesson has a lot of parts to it. So for example, you can see here, this says workbook 3.1. So this is the beginning of lesson 3. Then he also has this lesson activity that's in lesson 3. He has workbook 3.2, workbook 3.3, a video assignment for lesson 3, and there's still some more things in lesson 3 that he hasn't finished yet. So he has not completed all of lesson 3 yet. Even though he's done a lot of assignments, he hasn't completed the whole lesson. So that wouldn't count as a full lesson as far as attendance goes. So let me just go back here to the home screen of his Algebra 2A class and show you a little bit more what I mean about the lesson versus assignment. So in Unit 1, you can see he's on Lesson 3 right now. And you can see the things he's completed that have the check marks. Everything under the title of Lesson 3 is in Lesson 3. He will have to complete all of these things, and I'll have to scroll down a little more to get to the bottom of it. All of those have to be done before he's done with Lesson 3, all the way until he gets to the next title of Lesson 4. So you can see he still has a few things left to complete in order to complete all of Lesson 3. So just to show you another view here, let's look at Lesson 2 since he's done with Lesson 2. So everything under the title of Lesson 2, all of these things have to be completed in order for that to count as an actual lesson, all the way down. It usually ends with a checkpoint. Not every class is exactly the same, but when he completes everything and it has a check mark all the way till the next title of Lesson 3, that means he completed the lesson. So it works the same for all of his courses. If we go into like English, you can see, okay, so he's on lesson 9 here in English. And so everything under the title of lesson 9 has to be completed. So he hasn't completed this last item here. So he won't get credit for a full lesson of lesson 9 until he completes that. So hopefully that's helpful in showing you what it means to complete a full lesson and not just assignments. And like I said, if you ever want to see what he completed in an individual week, you can go into the gradebook and look at the dates that he submitted it. So if you want to look at like the first week, or like last week he only did 2 lessons, if you want, that would be looking from August 29th through September 4th. So if I look August 29th to September 4th, and I want to see what he completed in between those dates. So August 29th to September 4th. So the only thing Okay, September 1st, that would fall in there. He did checkpoint 3. September 1st, again, right here, he did a video assignment, a reading skill, and a workbook. So you can see the things that he completed. Again, those are just individual assignments. You would have to see how those fall in the lessons to see how many lessons he actually completed there. So hopefully that's helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions as far as how the attendance works, and I'm happy to help.